Hey, how's everybody doing? I am her, your host, Seven, for the Ghetto Muslim Chronicles, coming in with another episode. With me today is my trusty and noble Quran. This is the Tafsir Ibn Kathir Quran. I actually received it as a gift. May Allah's peace and blessings be upon the person who gave it to me. Um, and may He continue to guide and bless this person with good in this world and the good in the hereafter. Ameen. First and foremost, I pray that Allah guide my tongue and guide my understanding. Everything that I say that is uplifting and good and righteous and true is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and all that other crazy wretchedness stuff, things that may not be true, things that I may not be truly aware of. I hope that I'm not speaking on any of that, but it's definitely from myself, and I pray that Allah guide me. I pray that Allah give us an understanding today. Today I'm just kind of coming straight from Quran. I mentioned before that in the morning after Fajr prayer, I like to read Quran just to kind of get an understanding of, you know, what I should be doing and how I should be, kind of moving with myself. And I've been in the first. This volume is 10 volumes long, and as you can see, I am still in book number one. All right. It goes in chronological order of the Quran. It gives the tafsir or the background or the commentary about where that surah came from when Allah revealed it to the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. And it also gives an explanation of what it means. So this is a really good set for somebody who is new to Islam and like for real, like studying. And not just, trying to have it and be cute. But this is the book that I'm in, and today I wanted to share with you, as a reminder to myself and everybody else that's listening, where I am. So, in this surah, I'm in the second chapter, it's the Surah to Baqarah. It translates as the cow. Now, why Allah named it, why it's named the cow, I still don't truly understand at this point, but I'm going with it. So at this point, Allah is pointing out the um, the story in the life of Abraham. Okay, and for those of you who are coming from Christianity like me, all of the prophets, all of the messengers that we know, Abraham, Moses, Noah, Jacob, Jesus, alayhi salatu salam, peace and blessings be upon all of them, are described and mentioned in the Quran. The names may have a slight variation. For instance, Abraham, his name is Ibrahim. Okay, Jacob, his name is Yaqub. So those are different, just pronunciations, but who they are and what they are, Allah lines it out just precisely and on purpose, as He did for us in the Bible. All right, so I am actually reading a section um, about where Abraham is kind of being talked about and explained. Now, Abraham, a lot of people think that Islam just all of a sudden came from Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, but so a lot in this story is kind of, going through how he implemented Islam way before that. So this is the story of Abraham, and I'm at a section where it's talking about adhering to Tawheed until death. For those of you who have been listening a little bit, you'll remember that Tawheed is the belief or the understanding in the oneness of God. Oneness. No levels, no associations, no partners. That's my next door neighbor. Really like getting it in. But alhamdulillah, no levels, no associations, no partners, no helpers, nothing. That Allah created this world, you and me, and all that's in it, all by Himself, and that He is to be worshipped in that order and in that manner. So that's what Tawheed is. There's a couple levels to Tawheed, and we can get into that at another time too. where it kind of breaks down what Tawheed is and how you actually need to implement it in your understanding as a Muslim. All right. So, because we're women, because we're female, those of us who, may have come up in the church and things like that, there is a certain way that we need to be conscious about carrying ourselves in Islam. Okay. So, bear with me. Okay. I want to go through this. I want to read it just so that you have an understanding of where I am. I, I. So, a girl done reached a certain age where, this is proper. So this is what it is. This is where I am. Okay. So, Bismillah. Adhering to Tawheed until death. Allah says, saying, speaking about Abraham, O my sons, Allah has chosen for you the true religion. Then do not die except as Muslims. This means, according to the book, the Quran, this means that we should perform righteous deeds during your lifetime and remain on this path so that Allah will endow you with the favor of dying upon it. That's what we're doing it for. For real, for real. It usually one dies upon the path that he lived on and is resurrected according to what he died on. Allah, the most generous, helps those who seek to do good deeds to remain on the righteous path. This by no means contradicts the authentic hadith, which is the example of or what the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said or did, where it says, man might perform the works of the people of paradise until only a span of outstretched arms or a cubit separates him from it. Then the book or destiny takes precedence, and he performs the works of the people of the fire and thus enters it. Also, man might perform the works of the people of the fire until only a span of outstretched arm or cubit separates him from the fire, but the book takes precedence and he performs the works of the people of paradise and thus enters it. Let me break that real quick. That is an example of somebody who might be living a completely wretched life. Okay. This is the work of the people of the hellfire. This person might not be a good person. They might be a thief. They might be a murderer. They might be somebody who just, ain't good. You don't even, mess with them or nothing like that. Until a couple months, a little bit before Allah take them, they start to kind of turn around. Something happens to where they start to have this goodness and they want to have this righteousness, and they start to behave and act as if they are the people of the paradise, and Allah take them upon that. Okay, so that's kind of what this is explaining. Then it's vice versa. Somebody who could be completely righteous, somebody who could have been, doing the right thing all their lives, and then all of a sudden was like, you know what? I'm tired of this. I ain't feeling this no more. I'm about to go take a drink. I'm about to go sleep with so and so. I'm about to go blah, 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 blah. And then Allah take them. So they lived their whole life on the straight path doing good, but right before Allah took them, they ended up doing something that was bad. And so Allah raised them upon that. So this is generally saying, be careful. Be careful. Ain't none of us perfect, but you never know when your time is. And when I said this is what we doing it for real, the only reason I'm practicing Islam, the only reason that I'm adherent, and the only reason that I'm disciplining myself is so that when I go die in my grave, out of here, kaput, I'm raised up with the people of paradise. That's all I'm putting this work in for. That's it. That's it. I pray that God give me good in this life. I pray that He give you good in this life. But the whole reason why we doing this, the whole reason that we doing this, turning our life to Allah, is so that when we get on that other side, we raise up as good. All right. It goes on to say, I don't know if somebody is at my door or not, but I'm gonna check it. Subhanallah. Oh, kids play too much. Alhamdulillah. All right. Okay. So I was just talking about I was picking back up where I was. All right. As for him who gives in charity and keeps his duty to Allah and fears him and believe in Al Husna, we will make smooth for him the path of ease and goodness. But he who is a greedy miser and thinks himself self sufficient and belies Al Husna, none has the right to be worshipped except Allah, we will make smooth for him the path for evil. Okay, so again, um, we talk sometimes about what our intentions are and doing those things and living our lives through those intentions. And if your intention ain't for the sake of Allah, you got problems. I don't care how good your deed might seem to be, you got problems. And we already know that it's not our deeds that's gonna get us into Jannah, into paradise. That's not gonna be it, but it's the mercy of Allah. However, if you got a good enough, pile of deeds, that might be something that can turn things in your favor. The Quran goes on to say, or were you witnesses when death approached Yaqub? Jacob, all right? That's the grandson of Abraham. When he said unto his sons, what will you worship after me? They said, we shall worship your Lord, Allah, God, the Allah of your fathers, Abraham, Ismail, Ishmael, and Ishak, Isaac. One Allah, and to him we submit in Islam. That was a nation who has passed away. They shall receive the reward of what they earned, and you of what you earn, and you will not be asked of what they used to do. SubhanAllah. All right. So this is just an indication that Allah gave the knowledge and the understanding to Prophet Ibrahim, to Abraham. And I don't know if you remember, but in the Bible, Allah tells Abraham that he's going to make him and his descendants a great nation. Okay. Abraham was very thorough. He was very obedient. He was very cognizant of the fact that God was one. And that's the way that he wanted to worship. And that's the way he carried himself. And so he passed that down on to his children, Ishmael and Isaac. Okay. Yaqub, Jacob, who is Abraham's grandson, is now saying to his own sons on his deathbed, what will you worship after me? Will you take something else now that I'm gone? Will you worship something else now that I'm gone? And his children, his sons are saying, yo, nah, we believe and understand what your father gave you and what his father gave him, and that is worshiping the one true God, Allah, and that is being upon the deen of Islam, and that is worshiping as a Muslim. So we're going to carry that, and alhamdulillah, they did, because it's been carried down from that time all the way to you and me. Praise be to Allah. So when people say that, Islam is all about the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, that ain't true. That's just people who just running their mouth and don't know what they talking about. Because this is something that's been established. This is something that's been passed down. This is something that's been shared and taught all the way from Abraham. May Allah's peace and blessings be upon him. So take that and understand. You may not really get where I'm going or where I'm coming from reading it from this book, but It is now upon you and me to continue to educate ourselves and to continue to want to understand what this thing of Islam is and where it came from and what does it really do. You know what I mean? Now, for real, I know what I look like. I know what I sound like. I'm one of them people with a video talking about, something you might have never heard of or something you don't believe is really true or accurate or legit. You understand what I'm saying? But whether you take my word for it or not is not the question. Whether you take the time to find out is. All right? Now, I ain't trying to step on no toes. I'm just having a good, beautiful day. You understand what I'm saying? And I wanted to share that with you. I always say it's possible to go from ratchet to righteous. You know what I'm saying? And it takes steps and it takes levels and degrees to do that. But get up off your butt, get up off your own understanding, and get some education. Find out, learn, pick up a book, and read. You got me? All right. So I am her, your host, 7 of the Ghetto Muslim Chronicles. I just wanted to come at you with another episode. And inshallah, God willing, it is something that is filling and feeding our spirit and our soul so that we understand what it is that Allah is asking us. I pray that Allah continue to guide us. I pray that Allah continue to show us the truth and give us purpose. I pray that He give us love, laughter, and joy. I pray that He pad our pockets and take us out of debt. Ameen. I pray that He keep us on the straight path and keep us as Muslims. I am your host. Oh wait, hold on, cause I got an email and I got an Instagram. I keep wanting to mix it up with something else, but anyway, my email is 007@gmail.com. That is going to be 00SV 00SEVYNN at gmail.com. And on Instagram, I'm simply the Ghetto Muslim, DA period GHETTOMUSLYM, because I said so. Okay? The Ghetto Muslim on Instagram. Look me up, find me, try to, hook up with me. I only got one follower right now, but that's okay because it ain't gonna always be like that. One day we gonna be on a level where we can transcend that, inshallah, God willing, if it's good for me. But I am your host. I am out. I love you. Let's get it. Peace.